man DC Cab, aka DJ Caballero, and powered by KDadMedia.com. Anyway, to break down the name KidCudi. Alright, so we got KidCudi. So we know we're dealing with kids, which is children, and Cudi. So what we need to do is look up the word Cudi. My understanding of Cudi is I'm about to get some Cudi. Now that's what I've grown up understanding, Cudi. So we dealing with KidCudi, as I know. Now if you go to the dictionary, Cudi, C-U-T-T-Y is the original. He spells it C-U-D-Y. It's a promiscuous, promiscuous young woman. So he's a kid promiscuous woman. So take it with that of what you will. And that's what we, as melanated beings, we need to be dealing with on the God frequency. The etymology of his name, the actions he's taking, besides the times he speak consciousness. Like that's what with a celebrity, you're gonna get different phases. You know what I mean? Because they dealing with a whole different element. They in a whole different world, not our world. But reality is reality, and we have a responsibility. So the name KidCudi is Kid Punani, or Kid Girl Punani, a promiscuous kid girl woman. So that's that rapper's name, and so we can't really take him serious when we talking about betterment of our people. That's just not what we, as men, we not doing that. There's men that want to be men, alpha men, beta men, sigma men. Neither three of those categories we're wearing dresses and painting fingernails and coloring our hair and things of that nature. No, that's not masculine. It's just not. We talking about masculine and feminine. We dealing with divinity, masculine and feminine. We want our women in their right energy. We want our men in their right energy. You know what I mean? And the interaction should be flowing. If you're raising sons, that's not something you want an example for. So we're not gonna give life to that young man. You know, if that's what he want to do with his life, but we can't take his word when it comes to our people because we know what he'll do to himself. You know what I mean? In the life he chooses. Just to clarify for our young black men out there that want to be men. As a black man that made it past the age of 21, you know, in these days and times, raising a young man myself and losing a child to these same streets, I feel I need to speak upon this thing, you know, with the frequency of black men wearing dresses, you know, the visual image, you know what I mean, just to clarify for young black men that want to be real men, like, no, we don't do that, you know what I mean, so not to let that mislead. I don't listen to Kid Cudi's music. I've heard a few songs, but, you know, that's not my cup of tea. Like, we all have different experiences growing up as men, but as black men, but let's be clear. We have a responsibility for our future generations. As we grew up, a lot of those lessons we didn't get, but we saw real men. You know what I mean? Even though they were disappearing, our fathers was disappearing out of our households through the system, through incarceration, through murder, from drugs and hustling in the streets and things of that nature. You know, you could be what you want to be, but the role of a masculine man is we don't wear dresses. We don't do those things. You know what I mean? Like, life is changing the meaning, but in our own tradition as black people, dating back millennia, being the first on this planet, yeah, that's not something that we want to do. So, Cudi is coochie. Now, I'm going to make these videos where you can research for yourself, okay? So, because as black people, a lot of times we get lost in translation, you know what I mean? English is the last language on the planet. So words that's in English has a different meaning originally. Letters are frequencies. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Those are frequencies. You know, the sound and the tone of you saying those letters has a frequency.
Nigga, not what he rap about. Put the Glock up to his dome and that boy finna WWE tap out. Really thought that I was gone, so now that I'm back, I'm finna go crazy on beats. Getting this money like baby, I'm not talking cut, no heat. Swerving in a V6, got 18 blicks, I'm looking like Biggie in the 80s. On a goat, big bro, I'm really finna draw the boat, but please do not call me baby. I'm playing this bit like 2K, I do what you say, but I pull out a reverse card. Don't pay any shows, I'm getting these hoes, I'm swerving a Hellcat like it's a race car.
Skies blue like the Atlantic, and I'm going down like the Titanic.